Hello, welcome back to another episode of War Thunder Journal, Scene 1942. Again, it's still me and Black, slash, I should use his name here, Nick, so I'll use it in combat. I'm in my Air Cobra, he's in his Spitfire. We are here on Korea, so we're fighting the Russians. I actually have not flown my N0 P-39 Air Cobra in so long, so we'll see how this battle turns out. It's going to be the first battle you've seen in a while from me in a fighter. I know I posted an A20 video earlier in the week, so that will be at least interesting. And as I explained in the previous video, sorry for the audio quality, it's not going to be great in this video either. I know you can hear me breathing, stuff going on in the background. It's my apologies. I'm trying to work that out, editing and whatnot, but things happen. Anyway, as I was saying before, I am trying to work on Six Storm Allies. I am trying to get that Let's Play finished up. It's the one thing preventing me from going on into other Let's Plays of different games, or going on and doing Let's Play of Japan, which I also intend to do. I'll probably do a fresh reinstall of Six Storm Allies before I do that, however, because I think the game is corrupted, as I mentioned in the previous video, which I posted a few days ago. And if you're questioning why it's going to be a surge of War Thunder videos, well, I'm kind of doing a mass recording session over the next couple of days of War Thunder. It's a filler thing I can do. I can also go in and go into other games, but War Thunder is typically the primary, because if it's not, if I'm not at work or school, it's War Thunder is typically, because I do run my own squadron, and the other thing is that I do try at least to get a little further in Six Storm Allies. Again, I mentioned the auto-resolve problem, where it's every single auto-resolve between two massive fleets. What will happen is I'll hit auto-resolve, because I can't fight the battle manually, just crash the desktop if I try to. If a single enemy aircraft is destroyed in a battle, I cannot exit to the strategy section, the grand campaign, so I'm kind of stuck there. So I have to try and do auto-resolve. And what happens is every time I do auto-resolve, it will spit back out unknown result towards me after like a couple seconds in auto-resolve. Like maybe one or two enemy aircraft will be destroyed, maybe one ship, maybe one of my ships is destroyed, and I've got to sit there and do that about 100 times each battle, and it can get infuriating, especially when it comes up with unknown result and no damage was dealt to any enemy or friendly units. So that is infuriating. So there's my comrade. There's my comrade in the Spitfire. He's flying the Spitfire Mark 2A. So we're on the same battle rating. 2.7 for him, 3.0 for me. Now, see, a lot of my War Thunder videos tend to be filled with my own opinion, and that's why some people sit there and go, well, War Thunder's historically imbalanced, to which I say it really isn't. The problem with War Thunder is War Thunder sells it as itself as a historical game, which it is. It does involve historical aircraft, but the battle ratings are based on players' skills with said aircraft. It's like, for example, that Lavochkin 5 over there was, pardon, thinking, Lavochkin 5 was developed to counter the Bf-109 F-4 Friedrich. Well, the problem here in War Thunder is that because a lot of people didn't know how to fly the LA-5 for a long period of time, the LA-5 is badly under-tiered. For example, the LA-5 is, I believe, right around the battle rating of the Bf-109 E series, the Emils, which was the predecessor to the Friedrichs. So what's happening is the massive imbalance people scream about the game is not necessarily the game's fault per se, but it's their unhistorical matchups. Everyone comes into the game thinking, oh, well, ME-262s are going to fight Mustangs, Bf-109 Friedrichs are going to fight I-16s, which they do. There are some variants of I-16 which will see Bf-109 Friedrichs, but it's not like a very common occurrence. It's not the fact that Russia never built any good aircraft in the war, it's just the fact that the game just currently has them matched up in, well, not historically accurately. Let's see. Which again, I don't have a massive problem with, because it's just a. You got to learn just to overcome the obstacle. Come on, roll the aircraft just a bit better. Bingo, hit. That's a hit to his coolant, so I'm going to break off. No point in continuing that dogfight. I've got a Lavochkin towards my 6 I need to deal with. Actually, no, I'll finish off the yak. It looks like it's trying to climb again, so. Balls. Mess up that approach. So up and over we go. Combat flaps. Roll into position. Nope, I mean, the yak's trying to get me to overshoot. I'll go high and roll back onto a 6. There's the LA5 on my companion there, so let's get 37 shot off on him and he'll run off. So now it's back to helping Black out with the yak, which I missed my shots. I need to stop overheating the engine, cool the engine back down to its operational temperature. I'd be a fool not to shoot the LA5N. Come on. Bring the nose around a bit more. Yes, there we go. Bingo! Hit with a 37. We've only got 7 37mm rounds left now after the dog fights, but it is what it is. I actually need to cool this engine, so actually I'm going to just shut off the engine entirely. Restart it. And if you're on PC and you don't know how to shut off your engine, it's typically I. Hit I will shut on the engine and restart it. Let's see. Okay, only 2 Russian pilots have left, and they're over here, so let's see what we can do. It's an I-16. I don't know what kind of model, so I don't know if it's the cannon-armed or non-cannon-armed, so we'll have to figure that out. You got a single Yak-1, so that's going to be... yeah, the Yak-1B, so that's going to be a massive issue. Yeah, 16's down. Not just this Yak-1. This Yak-1 is probably either running over to get ammunition or is trying to drag as much of our team as possible over towards his airfield. And I used to be an arcade pilot, so when I first started playing a lot of realistic, I would get into that tunnel vision of going for the enemy if he was going towards the airfield. I don't do that anymore. Realistic taught me the bitter lesson of anti-aircraft is very accurate and it will kill you. So, my recommendation is, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to lure us to his airfield. Do not engage an enemy if they're within a 3-kilometer radius of their airfield. If they're landed on the runway, for a multitude of reasons, just show the enemy pilot respect. Let them, if they're landed, let them repair, let them take off, and get to within 3 kilometers out of their airfield. There's multiple reasons I do this. One, it's respectful to the enemy pilot. If The Army pilot just takes off and leaves his airfield. He gets past 3 kilometers, and his flak belt is no longer effective. For some maps, this is actually upwards of 5 kilometers. But if just show the enemy pilot respect, give him the chance. If he can beat you with an energy disadvantage after just taking off and you had an altitude and energy advantage, if he can beat you even when you had all the cards outside of his flak belt, it's not much of an issue. Oh, let's see. Actually, the Yak was killed by the Mustang before he got over his airfield. But what I was going to say though is just give him respect. If he deserves the win. If he can beat you in a dogfight outside of his airfield with low energy and low altitude, he deserves the win at that point. But that's the quick end of this video. I hope another 12-minute video for you guys. I'll finish explaining airfield gentleman rules in the next video. So I will see you then.